Hello, and welcome to College Basketball Talk. I'm Tyler Ferrero, and I will be your host. And today, I'll be talking about things that happened recently in college basketball. And the first thing I'll be going through is the rankings. The AP Top 25 rankings in college basketball. And to begin things, we'll start at the top with number 1 ranked Florida Gators, followed by the second ranked and undefeated Wichita State Shockers. Then there's Arizona, Duke, Virginia, who just won the ACC, Villanova, Syracuse, Kansas, Wisconsin, and San Diego State rounding out the top 10. And coming in at 11 and 12 are the two teams that met each other in the NCAA championship last year, in the Louisville Cardinals and the Michigan Wolverines. And as you look further down the list, you'll see Creighton at 13, North Carolina at 14, Cincinnati, and Iowa State at 16. And then you'll look all the way down the list, you'll see Iowa ranked 24th and Kentucky ranked 25th. And next, I'll be talking about some recent upsets that have occurred in college basketball. And the first upset I'll be talking about is when the 4th ranked Duke Blue Devils met up with the unranked Wake Forest Demon Deacons in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And this was senior night for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And it showed as they played their hearts out, upsetting the 4th ranked Duke Blue Devils 82-72. And after the game, it had many people wondering if Duke was overlooking Wake Forest, as they have a huge game Saturday against their biggest rivals, North Carolina. The second upset I'll be talking about is when the 13th ranked Creighton Blue Jays went out east to face the Georgetown Hoyas. And Georgetown contained Doug McDermott, the leading candidate for Naismith Player of the Year, by holding him to 9 of 22 shooting and scoring only 22 points. And that led to the upset 75-63. And now Creighton is 23-6 after losing their last 2 games. Lastly, and probably the most stunning upset of the week, occurred at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York, when the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets went up north to face the Syracuse Orange. And Georgia Tech handed Syracuse their 4th loss in 5 games. And on senior night, senior CJ Fair in his last home game at the Carrier Dome scored 28 points, which tied his career high. But it wasn't enough to defeat the upset-minded Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, as they won 67-62. And for the next segment, I'll be talking about some big performances that occurred this week in college basketball. And the first big performance was in the Florida Gators South Carolina Gamecocks game, where Florida won 72-46. But the bigger story is that guard Michael Frazier II for Florida scored 37 points and hit 11 threes, which is an SEC and Florida Gator record. And that is a huge reason why they won this game by 26. And one big game happened on Saturday when 2 ACC powerhouses met to decide the winner of the ACC in the regular season, when Syracuse and the Virginia Cavaliers played. And in this game, Syracuse was ranked 5th and Virginia was ranked 12th. And Virginia had senior night this night, and it showed as they played with a ton of energy, winning surprisingly in a blowout 75-56. And the last game I'll be talking about is when the Kansas Jayhawks met up with their rival Oklahoma State Cowboys in a Big 12 matchup. And in this game, Oklahoma State was fighting for their NCAA tournament lives. Then it showed as they played with more heart and more effort, as they won 72-65. And the leading scorer for Oklahoma State was Marcus Smart, who just recently came off a suspension, as he scored 21 points, grabbed 6 rebounds, dished out 5 assists, and collected 4 steals in a complete all-around game. Now that wraps up this edition of College Basketball Talk. I hope you tune in next time, as I'll be talking about and previewing the NCAA tournament. I'm your host, Tyler Ferrero, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.